We will start with PQ's address to the PMQT. Prime Minister, honourable members, the table has been advised that PQB 804 will be replied by the Honourable Prime Minister, time permitting. PQB 779 will be replied by the Honourable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and International Trade. Honourable Second Member for Maïbo Plaine Magnan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. B768.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Chief Executive Officer of Airport Terminal Operations Limited that the car park at the Seewoosagur Ramgoolam International Airport are the total of 1,562 parking slots located as follows. The old terminal has 670 slots and the new terminal 892 slots. 1,207 of these parking slots are dedicated to the public, whilst the remaining 355 are used by airport stakeholders. Following complaints received from members of the public with respect to the lack of parking spaces at the new terminal, 2 surveys were conducted by the Airport Terminal Operations Limited on the 5th and the 10th of March 2025 respectively. These surveys have revealed that 35% of the parking slots were occupied by car rental vehicles, thus reducing the availability of parking facilities for the public. The situation becomes particularly chaotic during peak seasons due to insufficient parking spaces. To address this issue, a dedicated parking zone of 144 slots for car rental operators is now operational at the old terminal car park since May of this year. Consequently, this decision has significantly helped to eliminate the persisting problem of parking available for the general public near the new terminal building. Since these changes have been made, no complaints have been received. With regard to part A of the question, I'm informed by the Chief Executive Officer that there are now already adequate parking spaces, roads and exit gates at the airport. It is therefore not envisaged to provide additional facilities at this point. As regards part B of the question, I'm informed that the 670 parking slots at the old terminals have always been operational. As stated, 144 slots are dedicated for car rental operators and the remaining 526 are meant for the general public. Adequate directional signage is available to guide car park users through and out of the old terminal parking. Madam Speaker, I'm further informed that following an open national international bidding exercise, a contract was awarded on the 12th of August 2024 to VD Tech Distributors Limited for the sum of $1,421,493, excluding VAT, dollars, which would make around 66,810,171 rupees at the time, for the implementation of a smart car park management solution project in 2 phases. This project is expected to smoothen the traffic flow and improve parking experience at the airport. Phase 1 of the project, which is presently being implemented, is expected to be operational in December of this year. I also wish to inform the House that the Board of Airport Terminals Operations Limited did not deem it important to appoint a consultant to ascertain that the works undertaken is in compliance with the terms of the contract. Secondly, another disturbing fact is that one of the members of the bid evaluation committee is the very person who is now certifying the quality of the works prior to the payment. That is MSM. This matter has been referred to the Financial Crimes Commission.
Yes.
Thank you, the Honourable Prime Minister. Just a suggestion, perhaps to consider to put automatic paying tickets for parking to reduce traffic at the airport. I got a supplementary question. Is the Prime Minister aware that daily fighting and discussion among taxi operators at the SSR airport have been reported several times At the police station of the SSR airport, no action have been taken. Will an investigation be initiated to ensure the safety of our citizens of the airport?
I'm not aware that there has been no investigation, but I'll certainly transmit that to the airport authority.
Thank you. Yes, Honourable Third Member for Beaubassin, Petite Rivière.
769, please.
Madam Speaker, in the budget speech 2025-2026, I announced that the rates of excise duty on vehicles would be increased. This budgetary measure was implemented through a financial resolution passed on the day of the budget, that is the 5th of June 2025. This makes the increase in the rates of excise duty effective as from the 6th of June 2025. In a spirit of fairness, we provided a transitional period whereby a vehicle continued to be subject to the old excise rate as was applicable, that is, prior to the 6th of June 2025, provided that, first, the vehicle has been issued with an import permit or has been shipped or placed in a bonded warehouse before the 6th of June 2025, and there are two conditions, and it was cleared from the customs on or before the 30th of June 2025. Accordingly, after the transitional period, that is from the 1st of July 2025, all vehicles cleared from customs are being subjected to the new excise rates. Representations have been received from dealers of both new and second-hand imported motor vehicles through their respective associations. The Motor Vehicle Dealers Association, which represents dealers of new imported motor vehicles, requested in writing that the cut-off date of 30th of June 2025 for the transitional period be extended by 6 months, that is to 31st of December 2025. The Dealers in Imported Vehicles Associations, which represents second-hand imported vehicles, requested for a meeting with government to discuss issues that they had on the transitional provision or the new tax rate on hybrid vehicles. Officers of the Ministry of Finance held a meeting on the 25th of June 2025 with representatives of the Dealers in Imported Vehicles Association, namely the chairperson and 2 members. And the latter made the following proposals. 1, to extend the cut-off date of 30th of June 2025 to 30th of September 2025 for cars already shipped as well as those not yet shipped but for which an import permit had already been obtained before the 6th of June 2025. Secondly, they asked that motor vehicles in respect of which applications for import permit have been made on the 5th of June 2025, that is on budget day, be subjected to the old rate of excise duty. And third, to extend the cut-off date of 30th of June 2025 to 15th of July 2025 for cars in bonded showrooms or warehouses due to administrative bottlenecks following a surge in the number of vehicles requiring clearance at the level of various government agencies. Madam Speaker, in regards to the extension of the cut-off date, I wish to highlight that the 2 associations had requested different extension dates. Entertaining the request would have accentuated the alarming rate of increase in vehicles on the road and defeated the very purpose of introducing that measure. Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Mauritius Revenue Authority that during the transitional period which we extended, which lasted for 25 days, a total of 6,703 cars, of which 4,093 were new and 2,610 imported second-hand cars were cleared by the Customs Department under the old rates of excise duty. I think these figures speak for themselves, Madam Speaker. The number of cars cleared during the transitional period represents more than 3 times the average monthly import in 2024, which was 2,020 cars. In fact, the number of cars cleared during the 25 days of the transitional period represents nearly 30% of the total number of imported cars in 2024. Total number. It is evident, therefore, that dealers in new and imported motor vehicles have been able to take full advantage of the transitional period. During the month of June 2025, imports of motor vehicles led to a total outflow of foreign currencies of around 200 million US dollars. This has impacted negatively on the trade deficit as well as the availability of foreign currencies on the forex market. Therefore, government does not intend to extend the cut-off rate date for the transitional period.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Madame la Présidente. Le Premier ministre peut-il expliquer à la Chambre pourquoi, même s'il a, dans sa réponse, donné beaucoup d'explications, un délai aussi court de seulement 24 jours qui a été imposé pour tout finaliser. Donc, alors qu'il faut entre 6 et 8 semaines pour un bateau, pour arriver à Maurice, que ce soit depuis le Japon ou l'Angleterre, par exemple.
I must say, Madam Speaker, there were discussions, and many people wanted not to have a transitional period at all. The cut-off date had to be on the budget day, that is the next day, 6th of June. But we decided to give some time. But as I mentioned, Madam Speaker, look at the number of cars that were imported during that short period and how much government actually lost. But that's the way it is.
Okay.
Madame la Présidente.
Oui, allez-y.
Donc, comme je l'ai dit, vu le temps que prennent les bateaux pour arriver à Port-Louis, le Premier ministre peut-il, malgré tout ce qu'il a dit, j'ai bien compris, peut-il envisager d'accorder un délai raisonnable de 92 jours aux importateurs, comme cela avait été le cas pour une transaction similaire en 2016 à travers le GN 165 de 2016, en fait?
In our case, the answer is no.
Très bien. Next question, Honourable Second Member for Rivière-des-Anguilles, Souillac.
Question B770, please.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Financial Crimes Commission that there is an ongoing investigation on the allegations with respect to the acquisition of immovable properties of the former Prime Minister at Angus Road. With regard to part A of the question, this inquiry is still going on at the FCC, and therefore it would not be available to give further information on that. But as regards part B of the question, the straight answer is yes. The House may wish to recall that in June 2014, the Attorney General's Office had made a request for mutual legal assistance to the UK authorities on the very subject. This request had been made specifically to trace the money trail in this very matter. However, soon after the MSM-led coalition came to power in December 2014, the then Attorney General, Mr. Ravi Yerigadu, had in early 2015 advised the defunct ICAC that the MSM-led government did not wish to pursue the request for mutual legal assistance with the UK authorities. That is plainly interference in an inquiry. It is deeply troubling, Madam Speaker, that such a crucial avenue of international cooperation was deliberately shut down. This only reinforces the concerns about how politically sensitive matters were handled, or rather mishandled, in the past 10 years by the former MSM-led government. Instead of supporting the search for truth, steps were allegedly taken to block investigations, to kill investigations, in fact. We, on the other hand, are committed to institutional integrity, accountability, and the proper functioning of the judicial process.
Yes? Yes, your supplementary?
Thank you. But the Honourable Prime Minister must acknowledge that the public demands clear and tangible outcomes from such inquiry. Can he give assurance to this House that this will be the case?
I can give the total assurance 100,000% that this will be the case. No cover-up, nobody will be spared, the truth will have to prevail.
Yes. The Honourable Third Member for Port Louis North and Motailo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. PQB 771, please.
Madam Speaker, regarding to part A of the question, I'm informed by the Commissioner of Police that 7 vehicles from the police carpool were allocated to the former Commissioner of Police during his tenure of office 7 years. Even I don't have 7. From the 3rd of August 2021 to the 12th of November 2024. In respects to part A1 and 2 of the question, I'm tabling the information required by the Honourable Member. With regard to part A3 of the question, I'm informed that there is an ongoing investigation on this matter. With regards to part B1, 2, and 3 of the question, I'm further informed by the Commissioner of Police that during the tenure of Mr. Anil Kumar Dip, former Commissioner of Police, no vehicle was specifically acquired by the government for his use. Although, in accordance with the recommendation of the 2021 PRB report, the Commissioner of Police may either be allocated a government vehicle within the prescribed ceiling value for both official and private use, or opt for a 100% duty exemption for a car up to 2,000 cc with relevant allowances. Upon his retirement on the 13th of November 2024, Mr. Anil Kumar Dip acquired a car from the VIP car pool of make Porsche model Macan for the sum of 415,140 rupees, which was delivered to him on the 16th of November 2024.
Yes, Mr. Kazan, you're all right? Yes? Good. The Honourable Fourth Member for Rodrigues.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. B772.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Civil Status Division that the celebration of civil marriages in Rodrigues, including those between a Rodrigan and a foreign national, as well as between two foreign nationals, is governed by the Civil Status Act, which applies across the Republic of Mauritius. As regards to the publication procedure for marriages involving a non-citizen to a citizen, I'm informed that A, both persons must appear in person at the Central Civil Status Office to submit a joint application for publication along with all the mandatory documents. 2, upon verification and acceptance of the documents, the Civil Status Officer proceeds with the publication of the intended marriage at the Central Civil Status Office, the Civil Status Office of the district where each party has resided for at least 7 days, and the Civil Status Office of the district where the marriage is meant to take place. The publication notice is affixed in the respective offices for a period of 30 consecutive days. It is to be noted that the civil marriage cannot be celebrated during that period of publication, that is 30 days. Moreover, during a 30-day publication period, any person may lodge a notice of objection to the marriage with the registrar. And if no objection is received, or if any objection is overruled, the marriage may then be celebrated within a period of 3 months. With regard, Madam Speaker, with regard to marriages between two non-citizens, I'm informed that the procedure is as follows. A, an application for publication of the intended marriage, along with all the required documents, must be submitted to the Central Civil Status Office, either via email or through a registered wedding coordinator, at least 1 month prior to the intended day of the celebration, to allow for the necessary verification and clearance from the Passport and Immigration Office. B, therefore, upon arrival in Mauritius, both parties must report in person to the Central Civil Status Office for verification of the original documents. C, once the documents have been verified and approved, the parties proceed to the Civil Status Office of the district where the marriage is meant to be celebrated to complete the publication procedures, and D, the civil marriage may then be celebrated on the day immediately following the day of publication. As for Rodrigues citizens intended to marry a foreign citizen, or for two foreign citizens to marry in Rodrigues, they have to follow the process in Mauritius, as it is in Mauritius, I described above, and therefore proceed to Rodrigues for the celebration of the civil marriage.
Yes, your supplementary?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the Honourable Prime Minister for his reply. Some years back, I understand that the procedures were done in Rodrigues. Can the Prime Minister inform the House if he will consider that this resume as it was before?
I must say I didn't quite understand the question. You want a different procedure for Rodrigues?
Yes, he said, will you accept to go back to the previous procedure when it was done in Rodrigues?
We'll have to look into that.
Yes, matter. I think so. What is interesting is that Mauritius is not Gretna Green. You can't just go and get married. You need publication. Okay. I think now we've reached the second member for Maïbo Plaine Magnan, Mr. Apollon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. B773.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Commissioner of Police that on the 24th of September 2024, at around 19:20 hours, Mr. GG reported to the police that earlier, at about 1700 hours, he was in the company of 5 persons and they were peacefully demonstrating on the pavement near the new social living development housing units at Résidence Malherbe. All 6 individuals were wearing white T-shirts bearing the inscription, No Adil Piti Mama, and were holding a banner in which was written, No Adil Piti Mama et rends-nous la terre. The House may wish to recall that the deal Piti Mama pertained to a case of potential conflict of interest, given that it involved a transfer of a 60-year-old lease for a plot of land in Portray. At one point during the demonstration, 4 individuals known to the declarant approached the group, pushed them, forcibly took the banner and tore it, and then uttered offensive words directed at them. I'm further informed, Madam Speaker, by the Commissioner of Police that on the 27th of 2024, that is 3 months after the incident, the case was referred to the Central Criminal Investigation Department for further investigation. During the course of the inquiry, police recorded statements from the complainant, the 5 individuals who were with him at the material time, and 4 of the police officers who were on duty thereat. This inquiry is still ongoing. So far, no person has been arrested.
Yes, Mr. Apollon, yes. All right, this Honourable third member for Portruis North and Montagnard, Mr. Caserne.
B774, please.
Madam Speaker, the Citizen Support Portal, CSP, which was launched in April 2017, is a digital platform that allows citizens to register their complaints, queries, and suggestions related to government services. Each registered complaint is allocated a ticket number. At the back end of the portal, the CSP connects 583 ministries, departments, local authorities, parastatal bodies, and some state-owned companies for the purpose of resolving the complaints and challenging the suggestions and queries. Madam Speaker, in regard to Part A of the question, when a citizen registered a ticket through the website or a mobile app, it is automatically challenged to the CAB nearest to his residence. The citizen support officer posted there reviews the case and, where possible, addresses the problem. If the issue requires support from any ministry or department or parastatal body, it requires then the CSO transfer the ticket directly on the system to the desk officer or the focal point designated by the organization concerned. It is the responsibility of the organization to resolve the ticket within different time frame set by them and to inform the complainant accordingly. The focal point analyzes and monitors all the tickets which have been created within the organizations and its subsidiary departments and parastatal bodies. The CSU also conducts an overall monitoring of tickets registered on a regular basis to identify recurring and systemic issues and provide ministry with evidence-based insights for performance monitoring, policy and service improvement. Madam Speaker, in regard to Part B of the question, I'm informed that as of 24th of July 2025, 14 state-owned enterprises under the aegis of various ministries have been included into the CSU software ecosystem and data analytics dashboard. Other state-owned enterprises, statutory bodies, and parastatal organizations are being encouraged to register on the portal. It will be in the public interest that all such bodies be taken on board of the CSU portal.
Thank you. Yes. The Honourable second member for Audrey, Mr. Francois.
Thank you very much. B/775.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed that a bill entitled Jago Garcia Military Base and British Indian Ocean Territory Bill was presented to the UK House of Commons and read for the first time on the 15th of July 2025. The purpose of the bill is inter alia to provide for the dissolution of the so-called British Indian Ocean Territory. As per the press release recently issued by the British High Commission, Chagosians' British citizenship remains unaffected by the domestic law enacted by the UK Parliament, to give effect, that is, to the agreement between Mauritius and the UK concerning the Chagos Archipelago, including Geography. Madam Speaker, nothing in this agreement between Mauritius and the UK on the Chagos Archipelago purports to adversely affect any citizenship rights that any Chagosians may be entitled to under the UK citizenship or nationality laws. For the avoidance of any doubt, I wish to recall that Mauritius has never recognized the so-called British Indian Ocean Territory, which was purportedly created by the UK following this unlawful excision of the Chagos Archipelago from the territory of Mauritius prior to its accession to independence.
Yes? It's all right? Yes? The Honourable First Member for Savannah Black River.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yes.
B776.
Madam Speaker, I'm informed by the Commissioner of Police that the Anti-Drug and Smuggling Unit, ATSU, of the Western Division operates under the command of a Superintendent of Police who reports to the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of ATSU. Its office is located at the divisional headquarters in Rosehill. In regards to Part A of the question, the Western Division has 58 police officers of various grades. The team includes supervisory, investigative, and operational personnel. Regarding to Part B of the question, I'm informed that for operational effectiveness, the Western Division is deployed into 5 sub-teams in 36 regions, comprising Inter Alia, Albion, Black River, Beaubassin, Rosehill, and Bamboo. Regard to Part C of the question, I'm informed that a fleet of 15 vehicles is at the disposal of the division. Madam Speaker, I'm also informed that while ATSU sub-teams are assigned specific jurisdiction within the Western Division, they retain the authority to operate island-wise, particularly if there is intelligence about urgent threats.
Yes, one question.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. In view, like the Prime Minister just said, the area covered, will he consider to bring a new Western Division to the West, a new headquarter or main office to the West?
Yeah, this is the proposal that is being looked at, because when it is at Rosehill, this is the complaint that has been made. They are looking whether it is possible to split. There are, I just said there are subdivisions, but maybe that should be considered.
Okay, happy. The Honourable Second Member for Rivière des Anguilles-Souillac.
Question B777, please.
Madam Speaker, on the basis of information gathered so far, Mrs. Sona Ori has served as 1. Commissioner for the Protection of Borrowers for the period 15th May 2015 to 21st of October 2019, drawing a monthly salary of 100,000 rupees, a travelling allowance of 9,000 rupees, and a driver's allowance of 7,000 rupees. Mrs. Sona Ori was reappointed on the 13th of December 2019 with a monthly salary, which was then increased to 120,000 rupees, a travelling allowance which was increased to 9,000 rupees, but with the driver's allowance increased to 8,400 rupees. She resigned on the 27th of February 2020. Second, she served also as a member of the Assessment Review Committee for a period of 3 years, with effect from the 2nd of July 2020, with an all-inclusive monthly allowance of 86,845 rupees and a monthly travelling allowance of 11,500 rupees. Following the PRB report of 2021, her monthly all-inclusive allowance was revised to 96,295 rupees and travelling allowance of 12,000 rupees with effect from the 1st of January 2021 to the 30th of June 2022. The travelling allowance was also increased to 13,200 rupees as from the 1st of July 2020. Mrs. Sona Ori was reappointed as member of the ARC for a further period of 3 years with effect from the 1st of July 2023, and she resigned on the 17th of October 2024. Thirdly, she was a board member of AHL Properties from September 2023 to November 2024, drawing a 10,000 rupees monthly salary as board fees. Fourth, she was also a board member of Lenscope from March 2018 to October 2019, and from March 2020 to November 2024 with a monthly fee of 25,000 rupees. Fifth, she was a board member of BPML Freeport Services Limited from May 2018 to November 2024 for a monthly fee of 8,500 rupees. Sixth, she was also a board member of Informatics Park Limited from May 2018 to October 2019, drawing a monthly fee of 10,500 rupees. Seventh, she was also a member of the Council of the Mahatma Gandhi Institute, Rabindranath Tagore Institute from 2015 to 2019 for a total fee of 98,160 rupees. And seventh, she was also chairperson of the Senior Appointment Committee of the Mauritius Institute of Education from April 2017 to October 2019 for a total fee of 102,599 rupees. Madam Speaker, it's not over. It's not over. Mrs. Sona Ori also served as legal advisor to various public organizations. 1. Airports of Mauritius Company Limited from November 2023 to October 2024 for a fee of 1.3 million rupees. Second, Mauritius Duty Free Paradise. She was again a legal advisor to Mauritius Duty Free Paradise from July 2016 to December 2023, drawing in legal fees of 4.8 million rupees. Third, she was also a member of the Mauritius Broadcasting Corporation from March 2024 to January 2025, drawing 239,900 rupees as fees. Fourth, SBM Holdings Limited. She was also a member there. She was earning fees of 4.7 million rupees in 2024. And fifth, SBM. She was also a member of the FEM Bank Limited for the years 2020 to 2024, and believe it or not, for a total fee of 37.2 million rupees. Madam Speaker, no, not over. Mrs. Sona Ori was enlisted as a legal representative for the following institutions. 1. The Mauritius Police Force, representing former commissioners of police in several cases and drawing a total of 4.3 million rupees. She was also the legal representative of the Independent Broadcasting Authority in June 2022 for a fee of 61,000 rupees. Third, she was also a legal representative of the Information and Communication Technologies Authority from 2016 to 2024 for a fee of 12.1 million rupees. Fourth, she was also the legal representative of Mauritius Housing Company Limited for the period of October 2021 to March 2025 at a cost of 1.4 million rupees. Furthermore, she was also the legal representative of the Financial Intelligence Unit for services provided in December 2023 and January 2024 at a cost of 1.5 million rupees. 6. She was also, Madam Speaker, a legal representative for Air Mauritius Limited for a disciplinary committee in March 2017 for a fee of 115,000 rupees. She was also the legal representative of Polytechnics Mauritius Limited from January 2018 to September 2018 and February 2021 against a fee of 88,400 rupees. She was also the legal representative of the Independent Review Panel for two cases in 2020 and 2023 against a total payment of 567,500 rupees for two cases. Ninth, Mobank Limited. She was also a representative there, legal representative, for the period of January 2022 to to December 2024 for a total fee of 348,700 rupees. Madam Speaker, for the period of 2015 to 2024, Mrs. Sona Ori, attorney at law, has received a total amount of 82.7 million rupees. In addition, Mrs. Sona Ori has made a claim of 2,027,500 to the FCC. If we add this, the sum amount to an astronomical figure of 84.7 million rupees in favor of Mrs. Ori. I sometimes ask myself, Madam Speaker, but there were no other attorneys in Mauritius, only one person. You ask yourself, what do these people eat? What could they be eating to take so much money? How fat can you get on money?
Honourable fourth member for Port Louis North and Montaignon, Mr. Duval. Okay, let's have this one and then we will stop. Yes, Prime Minister?
Madam Speaker, I wish to refer the Honourable Member to the statement I made in the House last Friday, the 25th of July of this year, where I denounced the unpatriotic and disgraceful act of the opposition which caused the reputation of our country to be sullied. Now, I've already addressed parts B and C of the question in the statement that I made at the sitting of Friday, 25th of July 2025. As regards to part A of the question, the delegation comprised Honourable Jhummun, Honourable Savabati, Honourable Quirin, Honourable Apollon, and Honourable Babulal. The total cost incurred amounted to 1,134,471 rupees. I'm also informed that the Honourable members will refund the excess per diem that was paid to them at the mission, which was initially scheduled from 16th of July to the 1st of August 2025, lasted only from 18th of July to 25th of July 2025. That is how we operate on this side. Madam Secretary, it is worth pointing out that the Honourable Duval became Speaker after his predecessor was consigned to the ICU under the false pretext that he had to undergo urgent cardiac treatment. No. There was a confusion as well. He made a statement that I'm not resigned, I'm well, and then we heard that he's going, God knows what happened. Over the 78 days when the Honourable Member was Speaker, he realized the feat of chairing 4 sittings of the National Assembly and undertook 3 missions over a span of 2 weeks, shuttling from India to China to Armenia. 3 missions that cost the taxpayers an amount of 748,102 rupees. And this amount of 748,112, this amount excludes expenses for other members of the delegation. That is only for him. As I indicated, Madam Speaker, in my statement last Friday, the Honourable Quirin has already served 2 full terms as a member of the national delegation to the Pan-African Parliament, that is from May 2015 to May 2018, again from May 2020 to October 2024. For the period 2015 to 2018, he undertook 5 missions for a total cost of 1,112,011 rupees. Now, during the period 2019 to 2024, he participated in meetings of the Pan-African Parliament on 10 occasions. Wow. The expenditure incurred for these missions were 2,723,195 cents. The total expenses for these 15 missions, as a member of the national delegation, amount to 3,835,206 rupees and 75 cents. And I wish to draw the attention of the House to the protocol of the Constitutive Act of the African Union relating to the Pan-African Parliament, which was adopted in 1214. And I quote, it says, the term of a member of the Pan-African Parliament shall be for 5 years. He or she shall be eligible for re-election for one further term only. Yeah. This clause is currently in the process of ratification. Had it been ratified, the Honourable Member would not even have been eligible for that re-election. I'm a bit surprised that this escaped his attention. And Article 4, Madam Speaker, is clear. What does it say? It says that members of the opposition, it doesn't say that members of the opposition should be included. It says that it should include a diversity of opinion. But I remind the House, we have a diverse coalition here, 4 parties plus members from Rodriguez. We have a diversity of opinion.
Yes.
Yes. Madam Speaker, there are many precedents of delegations being told to ask the placards because of the way they have been constituted. I will ask the Prime Minister whether he is prepared to take back the injurious statement that he has made against the Pan-African Parliament last Friday and the African Union.
I made the statement, Madam Speaker, because precisely of the unpatriotic way that we have salute the reputation of this country.
Okay, members, we have got members.